On Stony Hill, released July 21st, 2017, Damian Jr. Gong Marley mixes uplifting and constructive lyrics with self-centered and potentially destructive themes to produce a commercialized reggae album which won him a Grammy for Best Reggae Album. Let's talk about it. Damian Jr. Gong Marley is one of the most talented reggae dancehall artists out there, period. He's a great lyricist, there's really no question about it. Music-wise, he's also my favorite of the Marley clan. He has developed his own style and has not patterned his vocal style after that of his father. However, if you watch closely, you would have seen a progression in the content of his music away from the hardcore messages of roots reggae music to one that's more palatable to the masses. Now, there's been some argument in the reggae community about whether Stony Hill deserved the 2018 Grammy for Best Reggae Album. Some say it should have gone to Chronology by Chronix. To that debate, I say that for two reasons, Stony Hill deserved the album over Chronology. The first is that Chronology is not a reggae album. It should not even have been nominated for Best Reggae Album in the first place. It's a great music album, it's an excellent music album. But as I've said in a review of Chronology right here on Irie Roots Reggae Reviews, it was really two EPs in one album. So it's a reggae dancehall EP and then an R&B neo-soul blues EP. The second reason is that the Grammy celebrates commercialized music. Stony Hill is the best commercialized reggae of the bunch, and so the award is well deserved. Now, what do I mean by commercialized reggae? Commercialized reggae entails the adulteration of the pure message of roots reggae music to appeal to a broader audience. The real message of reggae music promotes peace, love, justice, and the chanting down of forces that divide and powers that exploit rather than build up. Commercialized reggae music can sometimes contain themes of peace and love also. Peace and love, these are sometimes easy to listen to. But calling for justice is not commercially viable. Burning down oppressive forces is also not commercially viable. In Stony Hill, we get a mixed bag. In this commentary, what I'll do is that I'll briefly discuss each song on the album and point out whether the message in the song is either constructive or whether the message is destructive to reggae music. Stony Hill opens with an intro which is really a prayer to Rastafari. With that, I expected a spiritual album. But immediately after the prayer, in comes Junior Gong with Here We Go. He doesn't sing about Jah at all. This song is about Junior Gong. The first characteristic of commercialized reggae is a focus on the artist, his feelings, her feelings, his or her place at the top, his or her fight with other artists, his or her claim for relevance, which is really what Junior Gong is doing in this song. But that is counter to the mission of roots reggae music, which is really outward focus and not really inward focus. It is really not about the artist. It is not about Junior Gong. It is not about any other artist. It is about the message of peace, love, justice, equality. This is what roots reggae music is about. So I think the theme of this song is destructive. The next song is Nail Pon Cross, which is a solid tune, with the message that we should be careful about condemning people because we are not perfect ourselves. And that we really don't know the motives, the underlying motives for people's actions. He said, some preaching religion, but inside them hollow, and a bare judgment them pass. I think the message in this tune is constructive. The next song is Raw, which is a dancehall tune. I thought the production on this tune was unimaginative. I'm really tired of the military style rhythm from Junior Gong. But it goes well with the militant theme of the tune. He says, defend your community at all costs. I think the message on this tune was constructive. The next song is Medication, which is a ganja tune. This song has a really solid roots reggae instrumentation. I really like this song. It's also not the first tune that personalizes ganja as a beautiful, desired woman. I appreciate the words about the drug war in this song, about how ganja is criminalized. It talks about the same people who criminalize ganja are now profiting off the legalized weed. I also like how he merged Louis Armstrong's What a Wonderful World in this tune. I thought that was genius. Now, having said that, the tune and the video are really nice promotion for Marley Natural, which is the so-called official cannabis brand of Bob Marley. We know that Bob Marley didn't have a cannabis brand, but Marley Natural is the so-called official brand of cannabis brand of Bob Marley. The brand was developed by the Marley estate and a private equity firm called Privateer Holdings. Privateer Holdings invests in the legal cannabis industry and was founded by 3 billionaires. Now, despite the public face of altruism by Privateer Holdings and Marley Natural social impact program called Rise Up, and they speak about ending the war on drugs and supporting philanthropic programs, we all know that Marley Natural as well as Privateer Holdings are money-making entities. They're likely positioning themselves to profit from the burgeoning multi-billion-dollar cannabis industry. Now, I'm not knocking the hustle, I'm not knocking anybody's hustle, but what we're hearing from the song Medication and what we're seeing are actually contradictory. They are actually partnering to sell weed with the same set of people they are talking about in the song. People who are now profiting off legalized industry, these billionaires. So this to me is disingenuous and it's destructive to reggae music. Time Travel, the next song, is another military style rhythm. So this is the second military style rhythm on this album, and really I'm tired of this. The song is about the uncertainty of the future. He paints a dark future with wars, with problems, with panic, climate change, alternative facts, extinction of animal species. I think this is a constructive tune because he is really speaking the truth about our current state of affairs and what is going to happen in the future. Reggae speaks the truth. I think this is constructive. Now, immediately after this song, immediately after painting such dark prospects about the future, Junior Gong launches into Living It Up, which is a high energy tune that incorporates the theme of Will Smith's Fresh Prince. The song is about making it out of the ghetto and living it up now, so he's living it up. This is another tune about Junior Gong. He said, "Me, I want to live it up. Life is better than great." So he's made it. The message in this tune could be a good one. If you are in the ghetto, if you have dreams of making it to a better place, this song is telling you that you could realize this dream. But what if somebody in the ghetto never makes it out? Has this person failed in life? I think reggae is about something bigger. It's not necessarily about getting out of the ghetto or accumulating wealth, which these are fine goals, okay goals. But roots reggae music is more about being a voice for those who are in the ghetto and holding those in power accountable. It's about ensuring that those in the ghetto are not victimized by the police or are not exploited by politicians. It is really not about the success of the artist. It's not about the success of the musician. So I think this is a bit destructive. Looks Are Deceiving, I really like this song and feel-good message. It says always be proud of yourself. I love the heavy bass under this tune. And it's true, looks are deceiving. We need to look beyond the surface, which is really sage advice. I think this is a constructive song. Then he goes into the struggle discontinues, and I have major issues with that song. He says, well, if the struggle continues then, when will we overcome? Right here and now, my struggling end, prosperity from now on. I don't want to sing a song that says the struggle live on when I wish it to die and wither away. No more struggling at all. This to me resembles the prosperity gospel, just speak it into existence. This is a song that's conflicted even with itself. He urges people to get up and stand up for their rights, but the very act of getting up means struggle, it means fight. So this is exactly what his father meant by get up, stand up for your rights. So the struggle continues, the fight continues. So I reject the message of this song and I think it is destructive. Autumn Leaves, which is a beautiful soft composition about changes in life, inevitable changes. Check out the video for this song. I think the cinematography on this video is excellent. I think the theme of this song is constructive. The next song is Everybody Wants to Be Somebody, which is really a song about our inner desire to be recognized for good or for bad. Again, I think this one is also constructive. Upholstery, the next song, is a dancehall tune, a crossover tune about his relationship with a woman. I'm not really a big fan of this song. The relationship he described does not really reflect the love a Rastaman sings about in reggae music. He says, soon I'll find a next girl, but for now you got my attention. So, nah. Now I just reviewed Summarized Black Gold. On the song Rastaman, he opens with, our love is blessed from above. This to me is the way that a Rastaman, a reggae artist, sings about love, a sings about relationship. So I think Upholstery, the theme of this song, the message in this song is a bit destructive. Grown and Sexy, the next song, it continues with a very similar arrangement, the production as Upholstery, and similar theme about a woman, but this time I think it's constructive. It really doesn't feel like a fling to me. And there's a deeper respect for the woman. He says, let's have a talk like grown-ups do. Perfect Picture, which is another crossover tune, also about a relationship with a woman, but this time it's about the resistance the two feel from the woman's family and from society because of who he is, which is a Rasta man. What I don't like about this song is that it's not authentic. Reggae music to me has to be authentic. Junior Gong, by reason of his privilege and his family background, and let's be honest, Junior Gong is of privilege, simply cannot sing a song like Black Uhuru did where they sang Guess Who's Coming to Dinner, Natty Dreadlocks. He just sung about partying up in the rich people's house and living it up. And now he wants us to believe that he's been rejected because of who he is, this Rasta man, by this woman's family. That just feels inauthentic to me. And I think this inauthenticity is destructive to reggae music. The next song is So a Child May Follow. And this is such a powerful song about the influence we have on succeeding generations, for good or for bad. It says, dread shine your light so a child may follow. Many have been lost along the way until tonight turns into tomorrow. Teach them to be careful while at play. And I really like the raspy singing voice he has in this song, along with the tone of the acoustic guitar mixed with the classical piano. Slave Mill, which is the next song, this is another powerful song on this album. He says it's sad to see the old slave mill is grinding slow, but grinding still. This song is about the vestiges of slavery persisting in the system, in our system right now. His message in this song counters that of the previous songs, however. He says, some of us think we're too big, but the system gives us job. Even though it's just a low-paying game, some of us will boast and brag, which is what he was doing on some of his other songs. He says, and those of us who think we're small just because we don't have much, that's really not the case at all. There's riches that the flesh can't touch. So this is really the message of reggae music, because it's not about the material things. It's not about living it up, which he was just singing about a while ago. And I think this is constructive. Caution, the next song is a high energy tune with a driving bass line. It's a warning to the bigger heads who are taking advantage of the poor that judgment is coming, and I think this is a constructive song. And then the final song is Speak Life. So he ends the album with a tune that's built around the rhythm of the Nyabingi drum, this type of drum that Rastafaris use during their religious services. This song has a much more constructive message than The Struggle Discontinues. The struggle goes on, but our attitudes in the struggle is key. He is urging us to speak life and not death. He says, speak life, live a humble and meek life. And I'm really not sure that he was humble and meek on a song like Here We Go. He says, ordinary day of the week life, try to search and seek life. Way up, keep your head up and stay up. Even when you saw and pain love, never giving up till it's game up. Keep your aim up and focus, don't concentrate on what's bogus. Never sell out for a bonus. Handle your biz like grown-ups, own up. It's amazing the way Jah fire keeps blazing. That's why I constantly praise him. For some of them it's a phase thing, so they're gazing. So speak life, man, and all this darkness don't feel right, man. I think this is a constructive song. Positive lyrics, powerful lyrics. Now if I have to give this an Irie Roots Reggae score, based on the criteria that we have set for our Irie Roots Reggae score, the first criterion is originality and authenticity. I give this a 5 out of 10. We have several crossover tracks. At times he appears disingenuous or inauthentic. The second criterion is lyricism. I gave it a 6 out of 10. Some of the themes go counter to roots reggae music, some of the songs. The third criterion is production and instrumentation. I gave it a 6 out of 10. I thought there were some solid reggae arrangements on this album, but there were also some unimaginative, tired rhythms and military style rhythm. I really do not want to hear another military rhythm from Junior Gong. The fourth criterion is coherence of the album. I gave it a 6 out of 10. I didn't find a coherent theme in this album. The message on some of the songs were directly contradictory. And then number 5, accessibility or advanced reggae music. I gave it a 6 out of 10 also. As I said on the review of Chronology by Chronix, you can't advance reggae music if you don't give the people reggae music. So overall the score was 5.8, which is a decent reggae album. Now remember that in reviewing these albums, I'm reviewing them as a reggae album and not just as a music album. You might say that this is a great music album, excellent music album, but as a reggae album it is just a decent, I gave it a 5.8. Finally, a special shout out to a very special person of our community who's been our greatest ambassador. Real Empress Yuda from Jamaica has gone above and beyond in promoting and sharing our channel and highlighting it even on her own channel. So Empress, we're grateful. Until the next time, live life Irie, listen to Roots.